The current spoiler warning level is Azure.
Friends and folks, for this episode, you're looking at a spoiler warning level of Azure. We're talking about machines from Mobile Suit Crossbone Gundam Dust and Mobile Suit Gundam F90 Fastest Formula. I pray to God these never get anime adaptations. Please enjoy the episode. Hello friends and folks, and welcome back to another episode of Mechanista Ben G. Believe it or not, we're recording on a Tuesday again. I'm just keeping things weird, keeping it strange. I'm Six Detmar.
I'm Dylan. Yeah, it's a little weird, especially because usually like when we delay, or like not when we delay, when we reschedule, I should say, it's a delay though. Usually, like we do it the next day or something. But no, did it early 2 weeks in a row.
I just keep messing with my schedule, and I honestly don't really mind because my schedule always changes anyway, and it's nice to, when I work day shifts, it means that I can see human beings in the same day, which is nice.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because everybody else works days, and then I come home and anyway, that was my fun. I have... Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, I have one of my dice missing, which is not really a problem because I have, redundancies, but... I want to roll UC. We never roll UC, so I'm just going to roll UC. I'm not going to roll which part of the chart are we doing.
Okay.
The dice never fucking give us UC, and I'm annoyed about it.
It is funny. It's been a while. Usually the only time we get UC is either requests or... we force it, so...
Yeah, the dice just don't want to roll a 1, which... God, this is the only place I can say that, huh?
Yeah. Well...
what the hell is this? What the hell is this?
This bodes well. We'll see.
I mean, you put it on the list, so...
Well, yeah, no, that's the thing. I'll probably know what it is. Well, UC stuff is usually the stuff I'm really good at. But we'll see.
I mean, if you've seen this machine before, this knee is very striking.
Okay. Oh.
There you go.
The anchor?
Yeah, what the
anchor.
the hell is the anchor?
So, Anchor is from Crossbone Gundam Dust. I hate that I actually kind of love this thing. It's really goofy, but we'll talk about it. The reason I love it is because they did a Robot Spirits of it, and it fucking rules. I'll bring it up on the episode. We'll just start with the Anchor. Now, the Anchor, funnily, has at least a fair bit of variation on it, so probably just talk about it on its own. Well, there's one lead-up unit, a very goofy one. Did we talk about the F89 on the F90 episode?
I don't think we did.
You might want to start with that.
I can double check that. Let me double check.
Oh, wait a minute. No, we did not.
What is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because I'm just looking at all
I was like, why do I have so many fucking 89s on the... Oh, because of the Jigen. Of course.
Yeah, that was the thing, too, is I was searching, but I'm looking at the F90 episode, and that's when we would have talked about it. And we didn't, because we had a billion other things to talk about on the F90 episode.
Well, then we can start with the...
Gundam F89. So this is an interesting suit because it has two very distinct artworks too, depending on... This is a weird suit because I think originally, like the very original design was for Dust originally, and it was Okawara did art, and then what happened is the Hasegawa did, art for the actual manga itself. So, like, the black and white art that you will see in most places that's, the Hasegawa art. We do have the illustration Okawara made, which he also fancied up here. I'll let you move that somewhere. So this is an interesting suit because them putting it in F90 FF also is kind of funny because, like, you know, it's a goofy Crossbone suit, and even its design is a little weird. I mean, it's funny, right? When I see this design, it's like a Gundam. It's not too crazy, but, like, the head is a bit weird, and, like, the V-fin, it just doesn't feel very, like... It still has a little bit of that Crossbone sauce to it. So it's really funny. Then you get Mariki redrawing it for Dust, and you know, it's just something
I mean, for fastest formula, you mean?
Yeah, sorry, for fastest formula.
It's funny. I've actually been dealing with Mariki a fair bit on another podcast. Oh, actually, this will be okay. This is gonna be the difficulty of this. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna say I know he does kaiju designs in a lot of shows, so.
Yes. Okay. Well, you cut me off at the pass there. I was
sorry.
gonna give you an knee guess difficulty impossible, right?
Yeah. I mean, it may be a design I know actually because I have his one art book and I really like a lot of his monster designs for the. I think it's like he did some for both Kamen Rider and one of the Ranger shows, the Sentai shows. So.
Okay. Well, let's do. Let me make sure this one's him, because one of the most iconic ones. Yeah, I think this is him. But the knee is not very helpful, actually. We'll do a different one.
Show you some of my favorites of his after I do the guess. That way I don't, like, early spoil myself, but... there's some really cool suits for... I think it was for Go Busters? Is the one? I can't remember, though, for sure. Okay, yeah, no.
Here's a knee.
I don't know where that comes from. I don't think.
Okay. This, of course, comes from Dekaranger. This is Cristonian Ferley.
Okay.
Which is a monster whose name is a tribute to Christopher Lee.
Oh,
because he's a daywalker vampire werewolf. It's sick.
Amazing. This rules. The one design I really like from him is this is in Go Busters. This one's really cool. I like the mask a lot.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And then also from Go Busters, this one's fun because this one is basically just a mecha. Oh, it is a mecha. This is apparently a MegaZord of some sort. According to the MegaZordo down there.
Huh.
Which is interesting because I'm like, wait a minute. They don't call them that in Japan, I don't think. So I'm like, wait, why is this one actually called MegaZord?
I also like Ben G. He's got a fun design.
Oh, and of course, someone that you probably know, I assume he's introduced early, Doggie Kruger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's also a Mariki design originally.
Oh, interesting.
Here's the
Have you seen
costume.
Have you been subjected to Power Rangers Doggie Kruger?
I know they changed the costume, which is bizarre to me. Like, why wouldn't you just dub over? Like, it's so weird to me. I know that they did that with... Well, I know Saban's done that with a couple of the shows. Like, I know, like, the Clay guys from Mighty Morphin, they actually had to order, costumes that were a little bit different, but similar enough, because, if they're not in the suits, they still need to be able to fight them.
I mean, the reason is because Doggie Kruger is his normal form, right?
Yeah.
So here is his suited form, Dekamaster, who I'm sure you've seen.
Yeah.
But, like, the reason you do that is because Doggie Kruger is interacting with people outside of suits all the
because
time.
they're not always suited, right. Yes.
Right, and all that stuff is new actors.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense, actually, that they have to... Yeah.
So they kind of had to. Why they couldn't just get, the Anyway, I need to, let's see. I thought it would be on Doggie Kruger's page on the Power Rangers / Super Sentai Wiki. It is not. So let me get it from. There it is. I don't think it looks very good.
Let's see. It looks weird if I remember right. Yeah, no, well, because he's like scaly. Yeah, that's the thing. Why is he scaly?
I don't know.
He's got a sharp look to him, but he looks like a lizard dog here, which, like, a lizard dog is fine, but, like, it doesn't look great here.
Yeah, actually, here's a better, here's a close up of, you can see the scaliness, right?
Yeah, it's really strange because it's like it's not what I would expect, I guess.
It's an interesting look, but I mean, like, you want the guy with sunglasses. Yeah. You want the cool guy.
You want the cool furry.
Yeah.
Yet another in a long line of blue furry wolf guys.
Also, I think the Power Rangers Doggie Kruger always looks like kind of shocked.
the eyes are pretty big, I was gonna say.
Uh-huh.
Just big surprised eyes at all times. It's funny. Anyway, to the original subject, yeah, the F89 Gundam 89. The F89 Gundam F89, God. Okay, there we go. Is originally from Crossbone Dust, also shows up in Fastest Formula. It is, another high performance tiny mobile suit. It was made as a technological verification unit to test the state of the art technology. Okay, it's actually not. Oh, interesting. This is actually not miniaturized. This is 18 meters, so this is like original Gundam height.
Oh, interesting.
So it was made to test the tech before they put it on a smaller machine, I guess. So that's interesting. Okay, yeah. And then the F90 is like a miniaturized version, like in terms of its base form of the F89 is the idea. SNRI made 2 units in total. The first was painted in tricolor with the curved V-fin. The second unit was red and white in color with a straight V-fin, which is interesting. I don't know if do we have a picture of that one with the unit 2? I don't think so.
I don't see one on the wiki, at least. Let me check. MAHQ.
Yeah, I mean, if that's only in Crossbone Dust or something, that might be. It's also really funny because apparently in F90FF they actually refer to it as the giant mobile suit because it's only 18. Because even though it's only 18 meters, the rest of the suits by that point are miniaturized. So.
Hey, Dylan.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, no, it is not on.
Okay.
But we do have some other stuff that's interesting. Is this fan colored?
On the wiki here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. It might be a fan colored version.
Because the shading is pretty flat in a way that, doesn't necessarily mean anything. But then also, MHQ doesn't have colored versions, and
yeah, I was gonna say I see this, and that's clearly the same art. I wonder if this is.
Yeah, Chris knows what the fuck they're doing. So
yeah, let me check something. Real quick, I'm gonna see who uploaded this and just see if it's like, or see if like it says anything on the image info. Of course, it doesn't. F89. I'm thinking, you know what? Let's switch to the black and white for now. I am thinking this might be a fan-colored version. I mean, it's clearly based on the colors, like, on the Okawara one, so it's not like it's incorrect, but shouldn't put fan shit on the wiki. If that is. I mean, if it is. It might not be.
I mean, I think I'm presuming a lot, and we are going to need, we don't have the colors of the lower torso on this, so yeah. Like the below the legs we don't have on this image, so I guess maybe we should use it, but I'm side-eyeing it.
It's just interesting. Yeah, I was trying to reverse image search. Well, either way, this image, even if it's fan art, has been proliferated on every website basically ever now. Like there's Japanese live door blogs using it and whatnot, so maybe it is official. I don't know.
Maybe it is official. it's one of, it feels like at this point it's like an isotope of like the is this AI thing of like it's hard to tell sometimes, and you're squinting at it and you're like, well, this could be a clue, or it could just be that the artist was in a hurry. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, whatever. We've at least acknowledged it. That's our job done. So, yeah, there was a couple units made, though. Obviously, one of these is going to be turned into the anchor itself, which we will be getting to soon. And, yeah, so it does have an earlier version of the hardpoint system. It has 1 on the backpack, 2 on the arms, 2 on the side skirt, and 2 on the legs. You can't really see... Oh, maybe it's the... let's see, does it say on the front of the leg? Oh, no, it says on the sides of the legs. I'm not seeing that. But, whatever. But you can see the ones on the arms, and the ones, like... We know the backpack one, because it switches out the backpack. We'll talk about that, too. Anyway, so yeah, this shows up in both stories. To describe the design, starting with the head, we've got, a very Gundam-styled head in terms of overall silhouette. You've got a mohawk. The camera design is interesting on the mohawk, because it instead has, like, a flat sensor on the front, like, in gray, with, like, 2 little grooves on it. And you can see that even in Okawara's art as well. And in the Crossbone Gundam art here. So it's not, like, a normal camera. It might be either a hard sensor, might be a vent, who knows. And then the back of the mohawk does have a camera on it. For the rest of the head, you've got, just was curious there, sorry. The V-fin, which has a big blue forehead jewel, though behind the forehead jewel, you actually have a lot of, like, a white block that the, jewel is attached onto. And then you've got the 2 V-fins. These V-fins are interesting because they have kind of a hook at the end, very, like, just like a little extra notch, basically, at the end that, like, makes them, it kind of almost resembles, like, a fish hook or something, right?
It's also kind of like Samurai Kabuto.
Yeah. You have vents on the sides of the head. You've got, these yellow, like, diverters, I guess, are on, like, the front, and then you've got, like, a thick black line around that, going to where the cheeks are, and I'm assuming it vents through there. The F90FF version, seemingly adds a detail that may or may not be there on the other one, which is it has, like, a little, some kind of notch on the back of the head here that looks similar to the one that's on the, camera there. They colored it here, at least, a yellowish color on the inside, but yeah, it's got, like, this little embedded notch thing in the back of the head in the middle. For the face, we've got big blue eyes, a face mask with no, like, Gundam venting on it, so very flat mask. Looks good. I actually like this. And then the chin is in red and juts forward, as expected of a Gundam-type mobile suit. I think this is an alright head, all things considered. Again, I'm not a fan of Hasegawa's art overall, but, like, when I see it over here, I think it looks cool, you know?
Yeah.
Moving on to the torso, very F90-esque torso. You've got a yellow panel in front of the neck block, surrounded by a white collar that pops up all around, including around the back. The torso then is mostly blue armor around the top. You've got these very deeply embedded pectoral vents that are more on the underside of the chest. And it's like a series of 3 yellow slats that are aiming outward. And then they have, like, a white cover of armor around them. Then you've got a red latch on the bottom of the torso there. It's got some deep grooves cut into it. You also get some little, like, maneuvering verniers on the underside of the arms there. Feels very of the F91 era of suits, so they did good job on the details there. That detail is actually added by F90FF also. It's not present, at least on Hasegawa's art. Looks like it's not on Okawara's art either, so that might just be an addition by Mariki to, you know, make it look like a suit of its era. It's interesting, right? Because, like, I'm pretty sure this is actually, even though it looks like Okawara's art, I'm pretty sure this is actually Mariki's art that is edited to, like he purposely try to make it look like an Okawara art piece. But, like, the way that it's sketched when you see it in the line form does not...
Yeah, the sketchiness is very...
It doesn't look
very
like
murky.
Okawara's art in that way. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, moving on. Oh, and then you have a gray connection to the waist, and instead of like the fancy bellows, you just got like one gray piece going around above the waist, at the bottom of the torso. Moving on to the shoulders, big white shoulder plates. They've got a deep black line running in a diagonal from bottom to top as it goes out. At the end of the diagonal line, you've got a big vernier on the front of either side of the shoulder, like yellow built-in little thruster. Also have these two little notched vents at an opposite angle on the lower right of the right shoulder, so lower left of the left shoulder, etc. And the shoulders are the same looking from the front and the back. In between the two sandwiched pieces of armor, you get a big block in between that is white at the base and then is blue around the end and then yellow on the inside of the thruster. The bicep, very F91-esque. You've got the simple white rounded armor with a deep panel line running down the front and back, and then this like little bicep piece with like a little vent or thruster at the bottom of it. The joints are joints. The forearms, simple white, slightly rounded forearm armor with a blue buckler on either side, and these little like buckler parts have the hardpoint attachments on them on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the you get a white wrist part, and then the hands are just standard Gundam hands, 5 fingers, white cover on the back. For the waist, you get a red crotch piece on the top that has grooves that match the ones in the red piece of the torso. You've got a little thruster at the bottom of the crotch area. For the front skirts, you've got mostly in white. They have these yellow parts at the base, which are... I presume these are also hard points that can pop off just like on like the F90 and all that for these parts here.
Sure.
And then on the bottom outside of either of the skirts, you get an extra like yellow thruster area, which I actually like the way the color separation works here. I just think it looks neat. Same with on the Okawara art. I just kind of like that.
Yeah, I like it better on the Okawara, but...
Yeah. The side skirts, simple. They've just got a hard point in the side of them, and then it's just 2 white plates of armor. Running down from the hard point, you have a thick panel line just going down the side skirt. And then for the rear skirts, you've got 2 separated rear skirts with the yellow blocks on the back. And then on the back of the waist, you've got like a little latch holder, presumably for like a beam rifle or something to mount onto on the back here. For the legs, very rounded F91 style legs. They've got the thick panel line running down them. They've, very reminiscent of the F90 and F91. For the lower legs, this is where things get a little weird. You've got these tall knee parts, that have a thruster on top of them. They're not like super tall, but, then you have like a line of black armor running down like the front of the leg. The knee kind of contrasts it. And then you've got like a little yellow thruster in the center point of the leg there.
Is one of these a hard point? Perhaps?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I
just know it's supposed to have hard points on the leg somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. The legs then also have, going around the sides of the little central thruster, some vents. The vents are kind of embedded in a weird way. Just have an interesting look to them. Oh, and then on the back of the legs, you have a little bit of bare frame in gray that has 2 thrusters.
Are you sure these aren't? I know they look the most like thrusters, but...
Do you see something that would show that it is? Because if so, then yeah.
I see them capped here in this image.
Oh, interesting. Maybe they are then. Yeah.
I mean, I think they might be colored like this because of my growing suspicion that this is a fan color.
You know what? I could see that being the case there, especially looking at it there. Actually, I'm curious. What does this look like on the black and white art? Oh yeah, no. If you look at the black. Okay, the colors are doing a lot here. Because if you look at the black and white art right here, there's not a demarcation of colors there.
Yeah.
This is definitely fan
Yeah,
art.
they've added it's definitely fan art.
Yeah, this is making it... The knee is making it most apparent. They were drawing off of Okawara's art, presumably for the colors here, but the leg is probably the one place where they get it a little weird because, well, Okawara's art doesn't include the legs.
So my logic, in fact, backfired on us. Of like, well, we don't have the legs, so we might as no betrayal.
Well, in a way, it helps solve it for us, though.
True.
Anyway, on the back of the legs, you've got these bare little frame parts that then have two little thruster nozzles stacked vertically in them on the back. Really big.
Every time we get like the Mark II-ish cables, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one's an interesting one too because it actually, instead of having the cables running behind the joint, like directly behind where it's bending, that's instead above and below the joint, which is kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think looks good. Really big ankle armor on this guy. The sides of them have these big circular parts. These look almost very Victory-esque to me, actually, like the circular design with the lion and like the cuff there. It just, I don't know, it just reminds me more of like something from Victory. And then, you know, just a big plate on the front. It's got like a little cut divot in it. The feet, white on top with some gray detailing showing through. And then you got red feet on the bottom. Kind of have a bit of a high heel going on here, funnily. And you can see that on the Hasegawa art, too. It's surprisingly high heel. Not like advanced hazel high, but, you know, there's a significant, like, divot between them. The backpack looks to be a very F90 style backpack here with beam saber on either side. It's more boxy than the F90's backpack, but like here, just for a comparison, just to pull that up, give me 1 second. Just the overall layout and having like the little central, what I presume is a hard point, on the upper back of it there. It's a little less fancy though because it only has one thruster on it and then just two huge fuel tanks instead. So like less maneuverable looking, and again more boxy all around as opposed to some of the more rounded shapes you get on the F90 backpack there. But yeah, that's the Anchor. That's the F89. I don't know if we get a ton of it in the story for either of them. I'm like looking at Dust. I guess it does actually. You must get a lot of flashback in Dust of it because it's a lot of pages of it.
Yeah. Including some variants here, which we'll mention.
Yeah.
But
so it does have two different backpacks in Dust that we see used. While the rear art has the backpack removed in favor of just having a very almost GN drive looking like set of hardpoints there for the initial backpack. We know this is the high mobility backpack right here, which is
where compared to this, it makes those actual thrusters, not just propellant tanks.
Which actually, let me take a look at the black and white art because I'm curious. Okay, yeah, the black and white art does look like that. Okay.
I mean, the black, the Mariki, the difference is the color. They did do some funny work here, but I don't think they would have changed the ends of this.
Yeah, no, they didn't. The other backpack it has is the beam cannon type, which can be seen here. This beam cannon type backpack is, it's essentially just two beam cannons. They can only be fired 3 times before they stop functioning.
That's bad.
They were apparently very high powered, but yeah, they were also, as you can see by their design, they're like early versions of the Vespers.
Right.
From the F91. For other weapons it uses, it has a beam rifle that it uses in F90FF, which is based on the Jigen. Oh, is this the A type or the B type? Let me scroll up and look. Does it say? This is the B-type beam rifle. Which I actually like the F91 Jigen rifles, so that's fun. In Crossbone Gundam Dust, it also uses the James Gunn's beam rifle, which makes sense because I think it shows up during the Zanskar conflict. For a refresher on that, here's the James Gunn's beam rifle. It's kind of a simple one.
Yeah. Interesting.
And then it also has a weapon that we'll get more of later, but it has a axe rifle, which I associate more with the anchor. But yeah, it's a rifle with a bayonet that is actually like the bayonet's an axe though instead.
And then like at least 3 E-packs, probably 6 slapped on it there at the end. That's wow. This is some Crossbone dust ass design, huh?
Yeah. Apparently it also uses, I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of this, the Gustav Karl shield at one point, which is interesting.
Interesting.
This is with the F89 final equipment type specifically, because the variants don't really get their own pages here because it's mainly just slapping a bunch of equipment on these.
And probably because they don't have the artwork to really do it up proper.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see if we can find pictures of like all of them. Well,
yeah, the art down here of it using the Gustav Karl shield is, you can only tell that's what it is because of the like caption on this. So you look at this art and you can't tell that's what's happening in this image.
Oh, here, I did find another image with the shield. Okay, hold on, here. You can see it on the left arm there. I love that it's...
there we go.
Here's the weird part. That's the Gustav Karl shield. That's not the Hathaway or Unicorn Gustav Karl shield, though, I don't think. That's the novel one.
Who did the novel art again? Was it Mariki who drew this?
Yes.
So he would draw his own shit?
I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, no, it's just funny.
It is funny.
Just the shape of it is much more like the Mariki one. I guess the final one is similar. Just the thinness here of it, though. So yeah, this variant here with the Gustav Karl shield, this is what is this variant even called? The high mobility type. So the high mobility type, which has, or the final equipment type, I guess?
Where do you see final equipment type? I don't see that
in the variants section, where it says F89 Gundam F89 final equipment type. It's beneath the chaser type.
Let's see.
And the commander type. Above the F89 Kai.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Which I think this is it, because it says Gustav Karl's shield.
It's got the rail cannon you can see right here.
Yeah.
It's got the missile pods.
Yeah, so this is, even though it said high mobility type, I think this is the final. It might not have a formal name, to be fair, on both counts. This might not have a name, and this might be 2 different wiki editors calling it something else. The problem with F90 stuff is with all the configurable ways equipment goes, it's not great for, I feel like it's not great for sorting out things, like, in a very, like, prescribed wiki-esque way.
Well, here's a question. What the hell is going on with the backpack? Because that's not the high mobility backpack.
No.
Maybe that's the difference here, is it's wearing some... Yeah, what? I don't know what backpack that is with these upper, like, thruster units.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can recognize that one. Is it the... No, it doesn't mention. The funny thing is that the Gustav Karl here, the shield is hiding a secret. It has the V-type beam shield from the F90 Vesper type hidden underneath it, so it can secretly pop out a beam shield around the sides of it. It's just hidden like underneath it, which is funny. So they would assume it's just a solid shield.
Oh, that's cute. Here's a somewhat better shot of the you can see the way the thruster pods look on the back there. Yeah,
these are unique. I don't think these map to any of the F90 forms.
No. If anything, they remind me of some like Zeta Plusy stuff.
Yeah, they look
but...
like they're like a really miniaturized version of like the Double Zeta or the S Gundam's like two-sided backpacks is what I was thinking.
Yeah,
well,
that's it.
I guess the
that's
Double
it.
Zetas doesn't fold on both sides, but the XS's and the S Gundams do. So yeah, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. What do you want to call this? Because I do think you're right, and it is two editors calling it two different names.
Let's just go with final equipment type because that's the one listed in the text section.
Okay.
Then there's a chaser equipment type. Let me see if I can find.
Obligatory joke.
I don't think we have a picture of the chaser. Apparently the chaser type uses a large booster similar to the F90 uplift type. It has magnetic Harkins on the forearms and a camera unit mounted on the waist.
Okay.
Then there's the commander specifications, which is also an F90 fastest formula. Let's see if I can find. Do we have the? Okay, here's the commander spec. We have it writing on top of a Rizel. Hey, Rizel still exists in this timeline too. See, there it is. It's got the you can see it's got the F90 commander, the F90 commander part, like with the large antenna and the bigger camera there.
Mm-hmm.
And then it basically has that for communicating for a longer distance, because this is like communication equipment to break through Minovsky particles. It did use a Jigen D-type bazooka and the Hyzax 3-tube missile pod as other weapons for it. We don't see them here. Also, it loses one of the beam sabers because, well, the antenna fits over the beam saber slot. Then there's the F89 Kai, which shows up in Crossbone Dust. It is...
Which, of course, which they're trying to recreate the problem, Dylan.
Yeah.
They are down in the fucking like picture section. They are calling it the custom. They're trying to do this to us again.
Oh, it's the Kai custom problems. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. Which okay, so the way it is described, I'm just gonna go with the description. The eyes are now yellow instead of blue. Apparently some of the other colors are changed. It's the one that uses the high mobility backpack, and it uses the axe gun from the anchor. It also uses a shield of some sort, which was taken off the front armor of the Verdun. And it also carries fragmentation grenades. There's also a field-repaired F90 or F89 Kai that uses the anchor's spare parts, and when they do that, it gets some random parts of the anchor, which you can see here. So that will lead into us just talking about the anchor, I think, because, well, I don't want to describe the anchor's parts here on the F89 and then redo it. So yeah.
Damn,
They
have citation for this, so we could get art of the fucking.
We're not going to download the
equipment.
manga in the middle of the.
Right, any of the read online sorts, like any of the places that have it posted just like to read online without downloading, don't have like that. They're not far enough into it because this is volume 10. Nobody goes that deep.
Okay. Oh, you know what? One last thing. We do have a page with the commander type. There's the Jigen bazooka, and those are the Hyzac missile pods on the skirts there. And it actually is also using the Gustav Karl shield, which is fun. And you can see the commander antenna over the left collar area.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Done with this. Now it's time for what we actually rolled. It's the anchor, which doesn't have a designation. It's just the anchor. Originally designed by Kunio Okawara, and then later art is done by Hasegawa, of course. So here's the Okawara art, and here we have the Hasegawa art. I'll let you sort all that since you're doing the video. Technically, the Okawara art is doing a different mode, so it's good that we have that. And then here's the rear shot. Alright. So, the Anchor. This is used in Crossbone Gundam Dust. This is during the Age of Warring States, Space States period. Whatever the fuck that means. In 168, in UC 168. There's a big space war going on, and I don't even know what the sides are because I haven't read Dust at all. Oh, interesting. I said Hasegawa. It turns out these are not, the setting design here in the middle and on the right, that's not actually Hasegawa. This is...
No?
No, it's, Shinichi Miyazaki, did that, who...
Oh.
Ooh, who is he? I'm curious. Is he... Okay, he's just one of the mechanical designers on it. Yeah, I guess he's the one who did the setting art, even though I'm presuming the pages are still drawn by Hasegawa.
I mean, here's a Hasegawa Anchor for you, just to have it real quick.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so the Anchor, though, is like a weird... They found an F89, and they put a bunch of extra parts on it, and every mobile suit in Dust is like a weird junk mobile suit, because there are no factions, and everything is going to hell. So, starting with the head. The head has the weird forehead camera. This is probably why the F89 retroactively has this weird camera thing on the Mohawk, because this design comes first, like, in real life order. And so they just, when they made the F89, like, when they had to show that, they just gave it that. The back of the head instead has, like, so the Mohawk extends back far, but it doesn't have a camera below. Instead, it has a second Mohawk part on the back there, too, that also doesn't have a camera, just two going back. The forehead part is now, instead of a jewel and, like, a Gundam V-fin, it is, like, almost like a little cone that ends with a golden tip, and then out of the golden tip comes two large fins. They can spin around on this, by the way, as you can see by the different positioning. You have the Okawara one where they are making a pseudo V-fin with and one of these is larger than the other two, which is really weird. So yeah, it's making a pseudo V-fin here, whereas sometimes it'll have it so they're going vertical instead. The side little vents on the face are a little bit more closed up now, but similar design is on the F89. The face itself now has like a little embedded mask on it, kind of almost reminds me of like when the Crossbone Gundam's mouth opens, but like much more shallow, like instead of having a deep crevice there, but it's still got like the same kind of face going on. And then the chin is now painted black. The neck joint parts have a lot of mesh netting on them. We'll talk about this with all the joints on this. It's got like weird, like a mesh like covering over it is what it looks like. And you get that on the neck. The torso is much more looking like a skull. It's also very weird and asymmetrical. So it's mostly in white. The left side still has the embedded little vent from the F89, with the slats that are facing outward. The right side has just this large, like, black piece. It's hard to even describe it. It's just like a black band, almost, going vertically down the torso there. Yeah, it's weird. I don't actually know what the function of this thing is. It's just got this, like, large armor on there. So then, continuing, the shoulders, you've got, asymmetrical shoulders, actually. So the left shoulder, you've got a large white circular cover around the front. Kind of actually matches the circular cover that's on the sides of the ankle armor of the F89. But it's like a big circle, and then at the end you've got the little cut in it. Then you've got a large shield attached to... Actually, it's attached to the arm, but it, like, wraps around the shoulder, which is weird. Like, the shield is weird. We'll talk about it. Because it's got a circle in the middle of it that connects the two halves. It's just... It can be worn on the arm or the shoulder. The right arm is a, like, smaller red armor with these two prongs coming out of it, and in between the prongs you've got like this weird belt that just kind of stops partway down. This will come up later. The actual biceps on the arms, it's the rounded F91 style ones with the thick panel line. The joints have the mesh covering. The forearms are mostly like blocky red with a cover going around the arm that's, the hard point covers that are on the F89. The hands are interesting because the index fingers are armored. The rest of the fingers have mesh netting over them, and then you've got a red covering on the back of the hand, but then the index fingers specifically are both armored, which gives it a very unique look. The waist crotch piece, you've got a white crotch piece on top, still has the 3 grooves in it to match the torso. Cockpit hatch has 3 grooves, so it keeps that from the F89. The front skirts are white at the base with a big red piece of armor that comes down to a point, and then a bit more white armor around the outer edge of either skirt. The side skirts are just red pieces with like a little bit of panel lining on them. The rear skirt is completely flat with this large rounded connector that the belt from the shoulder is like going into, basically. The thighs are the F91 thighs, but in red with the thick panel lining on the front of it. The legs are weird, so they now have the black running all the way down from the knee to the bottom of the leg. The knees are still kind of tall. It does have what appear to be thrusters here in this part of the knee. It does have the little vents on the side with white armor around them, and then yellow vents. Has the rear thrusters also still on the back of the legs. The ankle armor has changed a little bit. Instead of having the big circular parts, it's now like a more blocky part with a big cut in the bottom of it and a little like line on the top. Still has, ankle armor going around the front. The foot is much blockier now with a really tall red part on the front and then black for the bottom. Still has a bit of that high heel going on there too, like just looking at the distance between the heel and the foot there. Has these like little extra grippy parts on the bottom of the foot. Finally, the backpack is interesting because it's, when you remove the F89's backpack, it's that, the 4, like the weird GN drive looking cone on the back with like the 4 holes. And it just has a bunch of propellant tanks plugged in to these normally that are ejectable. It has 4 of them. 2 of them are cut away here in the art so that you can see it. So yeah, this is a weird machine. Let's talk about its equipment. We've got the head cutter, which can be used for head cutting attacks. The Okawara art here. Oh wait, Six, are you talking?
No, I have been disobeying you.
What have you been disobeying? Oh, are you looking for the pages?
I am, and I have my my VPN on for the process, which I thought would mangle my voice, and so I've been quiet.
Okay, well, I had to ask because I was like, Six is quiet. Or did the recording cut again? Oh no! Like I panicked for a moment when I realized that. It's like, okay. Anyway,
so here's the interesting. They call it. They say it's in volume 10, chapter 42. Chapter 42 isn't in volume 10. So I'm getting volume 11. It stops at 41. But it makes me suspicious, just like, that's not, you've got your facts wrong on this, at least most basic level. But I'm scanning chapter 42. I will have an answer soon.
Anyway, well, how do you feel about the head cutter?
I mean, I think this whole machine's kind of a mess.
So the head cutter is, it's these parts on the head. They can rotate at a high speed and be used for headbutting. When they dissipate heat, they go into the VFin configuration specifically.
Let's say for now that it's extremely crossbone dust.
The shield has its punch mode. So it's called the rotating shield, and the reason why is the shield can be moved down the arm and held via a handle, I'm presuming. And as you can see, the little circular part can reveal 3 blades, and then the 2 shield parts here and the blades all rotate around really fast. It also has hidden pile bunkers in the legs. These can be seen here. That's what the black part is.
That's kind of
Well,
sick.
that's actually... So this is the thing that's a little weird with the F89 having these, because if you look at these, when it fires the pile bunker, the whole leg, the whole black part moves down, which is actually really cool. I like that. You can see it separated there. So, like, this whole thing moves down, which I think is actually really neat. And then, the other equipment, we don't have a picture. Well, we looked at the axe gun earlier. It uses the axe gun, which has the hatchet on it. It has a machine gun. And yeah. It mentions the heat ceramic bullet, which are stored in the chest, so I'm betting that's what the little chest cavity there is for. So the thing is, this is a weird design to talk about because we don't have art of it using everything. I'm trying to actually find, Hachika did a review of it, and I'm trying to find that real quick, because I'm curious if the...
well, while you're looking for that, it's not in Chapter 42. That's not true. Here is the last panel of Chapter 42, which is hilarious.
Let's see. We are the fastest formula! Yes! Alright. So the anchor kit, or not kit, figure. So, one, just to show the head spin in action, because obviously it's harder to show that because we have no pages. Here's the effect part on the figure. It's very goofy, as expected. Okay, so, alright, yes, the torso gun, where it's the heat ceramic bullet. This, didn't want to overwrite that. The lower part of the black, like, torso area on the right side can pop up, and it's just a large cannon, and it has 2 shots in it. That's what that is. Then, so, with the axe gun... Oh, I guess actually this has a different axe gun. Sorry, I was wrong. This has a different axe gun than the F89's. This axe gun looks like this. I wish we had art of it, but we do have this from Hachika. The belt that goes through the shoulder connects into the bottom of it. It has... See,
sometimes Crossbone Dust does stupid things that are cool.
Yeah, no, I actually really like this machine because of this.
This is sick.
It has a beam saber a large beam saber emitter in the top. It can hit with the axe part, or it has these machine guns on the side that are belt fed on either side of the axe. This thing rules. I love this weapon.
That's great. Don't get me wrong. That's terrific.
And it can also be stored on the back little hard point there. So yeah. Alright, then we have the Ikarimaru, which is a quote-unquote large beam saber with an anchor shape. Now, you might be like, what does that mean? Well, what that means is this.
I'm worried I know. I hope I'm wrong.
This is what it is. It's a large beam saber. And you might say, well, that doesn't look like a beam saber. Well, don't worry. It can also just be used to bludgeon because of the raw size. It can also fold up, as you can see.
Oh yeah, that's so much more small and compact. That's good.
Then we've got... Here's one of its beam modes. Well, it was meant to be used by 40-meter tall mobile suits like the Psycho Gundam. Or the Murasame, which is the, fake Psycho Gundam from Crossbone Dust. So this is essentially a Psycho Gundam-sized weapon that is being used by the anchor here. So it's got a wide beam cutter mode there. And then the thing that I think is fucking sick, because look at this effect part. It has, and they didn't advertise this effect part, it has a beam saber mode.
What?
Yeah. They didn't advertise it, and I saw it, and I was like, holy shit. I love it. Other things about the, Ikarimaru, it does have a cable that can connect from the wrist unit here. You can see that this is actually a different wrist unit than the one here, so, technically different. This machine goes through some upgrades, and the upgrades are not clearly demarcated because it just changes parts. Again, the thing where classifying suits is really hard sometimes with how the wiki wants to do it versus how a story does it. But yeah. And then, of course, the coolest effect part of all time that comes to this. I know we talked about it, but here's the foot pile with it's got ejecting the shell from the knee.
Oh, that's sick.
It's really cool.
That's really cool.
And yeah, so that's this machine's equipment, basically. I guess, okay, it mentions the beam cannon. It can use the long F89's beam cannon backpack. But, who cares? It also mentions an anchor shield, but I don't think we don't have any pictures of the anchor shield here at all. So, and it doesn't come with the figures, so. So here's the thing that sold me on this design, was I saw Hachika take this picture and I went, actually, this design might rule. Just look at
That's really good. And also then you can fire the pile bunker to push it harder if it gets
God!
stuck.
That would be sick, is the thing. It'd be so stupid, but it'd be so cool. Which is all we can ask for from Crossbone, let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, when I saw this design, again, it was really funny, because I hated this design for years. I was like, stupid other Crossbone design. I hate that they're always running these Crossbone manga. And then this Robot Spirits happened, and I was like, fuck. They got me. It's fucking cool, actually. I hate that I think it's really cool, but look at it.
It's kind of, it's kind of cool.
The pained admission there. So that's the Anchor Mark 1, I guess we would call this. The
quick intermission. I've almost downloaded all of F90FF.
Oh my god.
But I've read through from chapter 41 through to the end, and this machine doesn't seem to appear, so it would have to be earlier. But it does at the end give us the Formula Project genealogy, which I think is fun to look at.
Oh, yeah. Though, of course, he now needs to add more things to this because he's made more designs that would slot in here, I imagine. So now we have the next Anchor, so that was the Anchor V1 we talked about. And now we have the Anchor V2. I'm going to link a specific page because it's in color, and it has 2 different modes on it, so. Here we are. We have the Anchor V2 here. So, for structural changes to the design, the main thing is, unfortunately, we've lost the leg pile bunker and the ankle armor, part of it, like the little part in the middle, in favor of adding treads. These are, in fact, treads. And also, you can see it wearing... It can wear the anchor on the back, and also it has these weird optional propellant tanks that it's using that are like now red and gold and, boxier. And it bothers me that when you have the anchor on the back, it looks like it's uneven with how many propellant tanks you have in there. Anyway, so the main thing this has added is just the Caterpillar tread unit. It does have its beam weaponry works better. It has the 2 range modes, the in-fight mode and outrange mode. Outrange mode is obviously more when it's doing ranged attacks. In-fight mode is when it's doing melee. It doesn't really change too much between the two, if I'm being honest. But here's the image we have of it using the leg treads. So it has the anchor mounted on its backpack. The little cat guy here is holding on to the ring of the anchor as it boosts forward with the treads on the knees. So that's the V2. I don't like it as much. I like
No.
well because I think the pile bunkers are cooler. Is the problem.
The pile bunkers are cooler, and that I also don't like the cat thing.
Well, yeah.
And that shouldn't affect my judgment, but it does.
It's really funny that it does. All right, V3 and V4 are on the same page, so fuck it. We're throwing these up here. So V3, the backpack is switched to a crossbone style backpack that is emitting fire. It is a Minovsky drive unit. Designed by Font Bo and
doing.
It is designed by Font Bo from Crossbone Gundam Ghost and Frank Oz. I don't know who Frank Oz is.
Well, he voices, Yoda.
Ah, right. So it does gain a new bit of equipment that we don't have any pictures for that I cannot show, but it is called the Moby Dick Buster, which is an anti-mobile armor weapon
be here.
that consists of a harpoon with a wire and a rifle. And then when it pierces through it, then emits electricity. It also has an extra blade under the barrel, if necessary, for stabbing, I guess. Oh, and they also added an eye field to the rotating shield, though the rotating shield hasn't changed in design. Just it has an eye field in the middle of it. Then we have the Anchor V4, which I believe is the last one, which changes to the V4 thrusters, which, admittedly, I think the V4 thrusters look a bit cooler, because I like that they have the cables running into the back like that.
It is cooler.
It removes the heat ceramic bullets from the chest now, which is interesting because it still has the gun and barrel. It just removed the function. And now it has two of its rotating shields, one on each arm, and got rid of the right arm's cable unit there. And so the shoulders are... It's now mostly symmetrical, other than that chest cannon is still there, even though they removed its function. And yeah, it uses two rotating shields, in exactly the way you would think. What the fuck is it fighting here? That doesn't look like a mobile suit. That looks like it's fighting an alien bug. What is happening?
It does look like that. I mean, it's Ghost.
Well, and I can see there's cables coming out of it, but he's fighting a fucking mecha beast from goddamn Mazinger, which I guess is appropriate. Oh, well. This machine, though, doesn't last because this is the other panel we have of the V4. I guess it got blown up.
Good.
But don't worry.
I'm not worried.
The pilot, Ash King, seemingly escaped in the little escape.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, Ash King is in F90 FF, so that makes... Wait, no, he's not. I'm mixing... I've been looking at too much shit. Never mind. Ignore me.
Okay. Ash was saved from death by guillotine because he was originally going to be guillotined in Crossbone Gundam Ghost by Zanskare.
Sure.
But then he wasn't. And then he became the Anchor's pilot.
I'm officially gonna stop looking. I have checked
I love that
all
you
of
just
volume
kept
10
it
and
going.
11.
I'm surprised you did, if I'm being honest.
I just, in for a penny, in for a pound. I did find this machine, which, get this, such that I can make it real big. So you can see this, some gym variant in Chabam armor here.
Isn't that just the gym cannon
It's
too?
like a... Oh, it is. Damn it.
It's just the gym cannon too. That's just an old machine.
I'm overthinking it.
Anyway, now, I did find out something cool about the V4 thruster.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. So, the V4 thruster, the reason it has the ammo belts is it can do quick boost from Armored Core 4 Answer. And it does it by firing the cartridge to do, sideways thrust.
Alright, that is cool.
Yeah.
You were right.
It does damage the MS and hurts the pilot for obvious reasons.
Sure.
Oh, it can also be used forward too, not just side to side, but here, we have it fucking a cartridge enter. This page is actually pretty cool. The cartridge entering and then just fucking... That's fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love how you you were like okay, and then you were down, and then you were up when we were looking at the robot spirits, and then you've just been down since.
Yeah, listen, we had our highs, and then we started
I
getting
love
this
that-
stupid, like...
I love that we hit you. You're like, oh, we have to roll UC, and we get a fucking crossbone suit.
Yeah, no, listen. The world doesn't like me. We know this.
Well, okay. That's all, though. And we got an hour out of it. We don't need to stretch it anymore. So, 6, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Blue Sky, 6.scanlinemedia.com. You can find Scanline Media's work at scanlinemedia.com or patreon.com/scanlinemedia. Lots of podcasts and posts and some videos. And then also, you can chat with us over on the Scanline Media Discord. Could take some more requests, as I've mentioned. Dylan, what about you?
You can find me at Low Poly Robot on Busky, and you can see me on that Discord. That's basically it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, well, you downloaded all that manga. You've surely got some biting quotes for us, right?
I mean, it's hard to beat We Are the Fastest Formula.
We are the fastest formula, is the thing.
Uh-huh.
Peace.
I've gone through, yeah, there'd be some other ones, but I've just gone through too many things. Peace.